so I know it's 2 in the morning, but just because I'm texting you doesn't mean anything. I just want to see you. And if you could hit me back, that would be really dope. See you soon.
Ooh-wee, I got this feeling that just you and me may end up somewhere off in Italy. Probably in a nation cruise, treat you like they do it in the movies. I wanna keep it.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Flora and I'm super grateful that you're here. This week I'm gonna show you being plant-based and healthy doesn't mean that I'm restricting myself, doesn't mean that I'm hungry or I'm not nourishing my body, because my body needs fuel to do all the wonderful things it does to me every single day. I just want to show you that it's possible to eat without restrictions. It's possible for the food to make you happier. Yeah, let's go! For lunch, I made a creamy pasta. I cut up some zucchini, carrots, and a bunch of mushrooms.
No, we've been vibing, drank the wine, and now you say that you need to go. Oh, but I know.
I seasoned it all with some rosemary, curry powder, turmeric, smoked paprika, and parsley.
I don't know if you wanna feel it.
Then I added garlic and I cooked it with some olive oil and water on medium heat for around 20 minutes, along with some pasta. Then I added vegan rice cream when the vegetables were cooked, and I mixed that all with the pasta, and that was my delicious lunch.
But you don't have to go home, you can stay tonight. We can keep on vibing till the morning light. Put your heels by the door, turn off the lights, just stay tonight. We can keep on vibing, we can keep on vibing, we can keep on vibing till the morning light. We can keep on vibing, we can keep on vibing.
Then I got really hungry before dinner, so I had a snack. I made a smoothie with some pineapple, raspberries, arugula, a stick of celery, 1 banana, and I added some oat milk, blended that all on up, and I had that with some nuts. Nuts are really high in protein, so if you're hungry and busy, just grab a handful of nuts and you're gonna be golden.
Morning light, put your heels by the door, turn off the lights, just stay tonight. We can keep on vibing, we can keep on vibing.
A sandwich and some salad and late night editing.
Running, got me gunning. Old school cat, got me stunning. Funny how the rest gon' come in. Funny how you back for the loving I've been. I got one too many tricks up my sleeve. Mustn't leave, overdose on empathy. My pops and me, more screenshots of me. The streets are free, go ahead and take from me. Feeling right, out of line. Gotta hit my boy Ricky for the way up the time. Proud of driven, but it's nothing but the climb and grind. Take the time, tripping over space.
Last night was really long, really long, and I woke up at 4 and I was editing my video from 4 again, so I slept like 4 hours. But I'm running on faith, man, so it's cool. I need to make a really quick lunch because I'm so hungry. I'm making a soup, but this soup ideally would contain more carrots, but I only have one single carrot, so I'm kind of gonna just put random stuff in there and hope it's turning out well. I'm gonna listen to some music because it always makes me happy, and it also makes me energetic. So let's get grooving.
Feeling so lonely. Found my sweater that you took all the time. Still smells like hearts like who? Think about me too.
So guys, I'm not gonna lie, this soup was exactly like I was on that day, all over the place, but it turned out really well. I chopped up some celery, the lonely carrot, parsnips, some normal and sweet potatoes, a lot of parsley, added some ginger, garlic, turmeric, salt and pepper, and nutmeg.
Someone else, and I heard he treats you well, but
to make it more filling, I added some red lentils and butter beans on the way because it makes it more nutrient dense, meaning that you're gonna feel full for longer. And I topped it with some pumpkin seeds, and that was my lunch. Cream soups are really good lazy meals though, because you don't really have to chop up everything properly. You can just put everything in a pot and cook it and then blend it together. I like to chop it up a little bit because it makes it easier to cook through, but otherwise you don't really need to bother with it.
does it hurt you in the way
what's gonna happen now, I'm gonna make myself a hot chocolate from cocoa powder, because that's all I have, the closest to chocolate. Drink that, and then I'm gonna make some food. You know what? This camera is my new best friend, right? I love you.
Have you ever been in love? Dove in from high above.
I'm not gonna lie, this day I was a bit down and my family surprised me by ordering food and I was not complaining. It made me so happy. Then I also had some brownie ice cream and I was watching Gossip Girl all night. Radio. The next morning I went for one of my favorite breakfasts, a chia bowl with some mango, green apple, frozen blueberries and forest fruits. I also added some coconut yogurt and granola. Made myself my beautiful matcha and I started the day off right.
You're everything I want in a pixelated sonogram, taking off your top. It's a product of the way you've been. Listen to your mom, baby. I've been waiting for you.
For lunch, I made some brown rice and a cauliflower curry. I chopped up some garlic, a big cauliflower, seasoned it with turmeric, curry powder, salt and pepper, chili flakes, smoked paprika, and I added some water and let that simmer for around 5 to 10 minutes.
3 weeks since you called me. I'm too hung up and I can't sleep. Would you hear me out?
Meanwhile, I was chopping up 2 peppers and I also added some lentils and butter beans to the curry.
'Cause I need nothing more than you. No, I need nothing more than you. To come back home. To come back home. To come back home. Won't you come back home?
I was clearly having a crazy good time and I probably imagined that I am having a concert on my own. So after I finished my little party session, I added coconut milk and a can of corn to the curry along with the peppers.
I didn't show up here looking for a fight. It's been 3 weeks since you called me.
And right before everything was cooked, I added a bunch of baby spinach and my lunch was done and it was delicious. I was not complaining.
No, I need nothing more than you. To come back home. To come back home.
And then I made myself a really quick sandwich with some avocados, cherry tomato and hummus. This sandwich was actual heaven.
And 22's no place to be when all your friends are drunk and we can't grow up. So I messed up and it's gotten me feeling that I need nothing more than you.
For dinner, I cooked some corn on the stove in salty water. And I also cooked some black beans for around 5 minutes on medium heat with salt, pepper and turmeric. And then I made a really quick salad with some shredded carrots, spinach and some other mixed leaves. I added some tomatoes on top and then I made a really easy sauce with mustard, coconut yogurt, hummus, oat milk and some agave syrup. I topped my salad with the sauce and I fried the corn 30 seconds each side on medium heat and yummy! Dinner was a hell yes.
You don't have to go home, you can stay tonight. We can even vibe until the morning light. Put your heels by the door, turn off the lights, just stay tonight.
The next morning I made a layered bowl. These bowls are so fun to make and you can literally put in anything you desire.
She lights a cigarette, puts one end on the steering wheel and the radio.
I blended together a mango, a banana and some oat milk and poured it into a jar. Then I added a chia pudding I made the day before along with some coconut yogurt. I topped it with some mango and dark vegan chocolate and amazing breakfast.
She ain't ever going home. She sold all her stuff, it reminded her to...
My hair looks so funny. I just washed my hair and I like to put it up like this. So it's gonna be a little bit wavy. Usually I braid it, but today I just didn't feel like it because I didn't want it to be too curly, you know, I just want it to be wavy. So I got back to Hungary a year ago because I lived in the UK and it took me a whole year to unpack my postcard. Before COVID hit, I started to collect postcards from everywhere I went. And yesterday I decided that I'm probably not gonna move out anytime soon, so I put it up on my wall and it looks so freaking cute. I have to show you. Look, first of all, my orchid is wonderful. Look at her. I have my vision board here. These are the ones I made yesterday and they used to be up on my wall from Paris, Rome, from The Hague, from the Netherlands, Barcelona. I also have a couple more, but I couldn't put it up because I didn't have the space, but I love it.
She sold all her stuff, it reminded her too much.
After I dropped some peanut butter on the floor, I made an attempt to make a post-workout smoothie. I put some spirulina, wheatgrass powder, spinach, frozen forest fruits and oat milk together. I added some flax seeds, cocoa powder and half a banana as well. Blended that all on up and enjoyed my delicious smoothie while I started making lunch.
Faster than a bullet from a gun. The girls always...
Today I look so boho. Actually, it's my true self. And I'm so happy today! Nothing is going on actually in my life. Nothing really is spicing. Let me show you my cat. She's cute. I cut some sweet potatoes in half and baked them in the oven for around 20 minutes or so on 180 Celsius degrees. I also cut up some broccoli, potatoes and zucchini. I added an onion and I seasoned that with garlic powder, salt, pepper, smoked paprika, curry and turmeric powder and rosemary. Then I cut up a tofu into really thin slices, marinated it for around 5 minutes in soy sauce and agave, and then I put it in the oven along with the vegetables. The tofu was in for 15 minutes and the veggies were in for 20 to 25 minutes.
Ooh-wee, I got this feeling that just you and me and the someone off in Italy, probably in a nation cruise, treat you like they do it in the movies. I wanna keep it where your friends don't know. I wanna fuck till your friends go home. I wanna do it till we can't no more. Just say no more, I'll be there for sure. And you think we would learn by now? There's no way we could be friends right now. Yeah, we could play pretend for now till your legs give out and just screaming. All this time I've been running away from the signs, and the more I feel.
For dinner I was making a sandwich and I wanted to put in some cashew cheese. So I soaked cashews in water for a whole hour so it's easier to blend. And then I was making another hot chocolate because I was kind of on the hype this week. And I added some coconut milk as well. So it was a coconut flavored hot chocolate and it was bomb.
We welcome you to the show.
After a little private moment with my hot chocolate, I was making my sandwich with avocados and hummus. I added some cucumber and some mixed leaves as well. And then I made my cashew cheese. I blended oats into oat flour, added the cashews, nutritional yeast, mustard, oat milk, salt and pepper and turmeric and blended it till it was smooth. Topped my sandwiches with it and I also added a few leftover tofu from lunch and voila, just like that my dinner was ready.
Everything I love about you, every little thing that you do, every night I wish that you knew that I can't stop thinking about you.
The next morning I made another layered breakfast. I actually made some overnight oats the night before with oats, chia, cinnamon and oat milk. I left it in the fridge for overnight and then I added some blueberries the next morning and I made some chia jam. It's really simple to make. I put some forest fruits, chia, agave syrup and oat milk on the stove and I cooked it for 5 minutes on medium heat. Then I started to layer my breakfast. I added some peanut butter, banana, granola and topped it with the jam. And wow, this breakfast was my favorite of the whole week.
It's got me feeling so wrong. Even when you're gone, it still got me holding on. We don't ever talk.
We are going on a little adventure. We're going up there with the dog.
We got a brand new day. Good love is on the way, and if you take my hand, I'll walk with you to Georgia. Have you ever been in love? Dove in from high above, and if the answer's no, well then I'd like to get to know you. And though I know these lights are blinding, I will guide us home. 'Cause I don't know what I've been told. The weather outside is not that cold, and if you take my hand, I'll walk with you to Georgia.
This is my happy place. Yeah. I could stay here forever. There are no problems on top of the hill, you know.
I don't know what I've been told. The weather outside is not that cold, and if you take my hand, I'll walk with you to Georgia. And I don't know what those men see, but I see you right next to me. And if you take
Hello! I like to throw some stuff together, whatever I have in-house. Today I really didn't know what I was doing actually, but I think it turned out pretty well. Most of the time I don't cook with recipes, I just cook whatever I find. Just threw some stuff together and I'm gonna make a bowl out of it and yeah. I cut up a few zucchinis into little rounds and I put a sauce on them, which I made from olive oil, soy sauce, pepper, salt, agave and peanut butter.
these lights are blinding, I will guide us home.
I cut up a bunch of potatoes and added rice cream, seasoned it with rosemary, parsley, basil, salt and pepper, and then added that onto a baking sheet and put it in the oven for around 25 minutes on 180 Celsius degrees until they were crispy on outside and soft in the inside. I also made some chickpeas with turmeric and smoked paprika as usual. Add some water, medium heat, 5 minutes. As a side dish, I made a really simple salad with tomatoes, cucumber, roasted pumpkin seeds, and I seasoned that all the same way I seasoned the potatoes. I used the same sauce I used a couple of days ago, and that was my beautiful lunch.
Have you ever seen the stars burn out into the dark, and as they go say, it was nice to know you. And though I know these lights are blinding, I will guide us home. 'Cause I don't know.
It was one of those days when I was craving something sweet all day, so I decided to make some crepes with blueberry chia jam because I was still on the hype since breakfast. After I made an egg from chia seeds, I added some whole grain flour into a bowl with oat milk, coconut oil, some brown sugar, cinnamon and sparkling water. I will for sure share this recipe in a few weeks' time, but I think I can make the consistency even better. Meanwhile, I was cooking the crepes, I was also making the blueberry chia jam. I just added the blueberries, chia, oat milk and some cinnamon. I added agave syrup and I cooked it for 5 minutes on medium heat. I also cut up some mango and I put together my crepes and they were delicious. Guys, delicious. I cannot wait to share this recipe.
I hate the way we aim for such perfection, just so we get a little affection. We seek all of this outside validation. Do you need it that bad? 'Cause if I'm being honest, there's some things I gotta say. A lot of
Good night. The last morning I decided to make some homemade granola on the stove. I cut up a bunch of nuts, cashews, pumpkin seeds, almonds and walnuts. I added agave syrup, dried cranberries, cinnamon, oats, coconut oil and peanut butter. Stirred that all together and cooked it on the stove for around 3 minutes with some coconut oil. And you can totally have this raw, you don't need to cook it. I personally prefer it when it's a bit cooked, but it would be even more nutrient dense raw. Then I added some cashew keeper to a bowl with some mango, banana, frozen forest fruits, granola, and some chopped up vegan dark chocolate. I made my go-to matcha latte with some ice, and I had the most beautiful morning. A little bit later, I decided to drink a quick smoothie. I made it from celery, arugula, apricots, raspberries, banana, and I blended that all on up with some oat milk.
I really don't know how you always find that you.
For lunch, I made bulgur along with some stuffed aubergines, seasoned them with salt and pepper, and I also added some olive oil. I baked them in the oven for 20 minutes on around 180 Celsius degrees. Then I was making the stuffing. I cut up a bunch of mushrooms and onions and I seasoned them with salt, nutritional yeast, pepper, soy sauce, and cooked it with olive oil and water for 10 minutes.
That you got no direction.
Then I added a can of chopped tomatoes and also a little bit of whole grain flour to make the whole thing a bit more thick. I also added some of the aubergines middle part into the whole mushroom stew, and then I was just stuffing the aubergines and they turned out so well. I had another one of them because it was so delicious. I was so full after that filling lunch that I just had a chia bowl. I usually prep some in advance so I can have some whenever I want to. I topped it with some fruits and granola and I was enjoying it as my dinner.
I don't mind you.
Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please like and subscribe because it really does help me grow and it means so much to me that you're here. You have no idea. Don't forget to love yourself before you love anyone else. I'm sending you so much love and sunshine and I'll see you in the next video. Mwah!